Hey guys, how you doing? John here, and this is just a quick thing for those of you who are kind of regulars around here. I wanted to give you a heads up on a couple of changes that are coming. It's really just one change that is coming here to the John Campea Show, and also it's going to impact how we do things like open mics and companion videos and stuff like that. Now, before I tell you about the change, let me tell you about what is not changing, what is absolutely 100% staying the same. And that is the first main part of the John Campea Show. Now, the main part of the John Campea Show, of course, is we cover all the major main topics, and we get those topics from you guys, submitting them to us for free by going to www.thejohncampeashow.com/contact, and you guys fill out the form and you hit submit, and that's where we get all of our main topics of the day, and that's the main part of the show, and that part is not changing whatsoever. What we are doing, though, is making a little bit of a change for how we handle the live questions part of the show. Now, a lot of you guys send in a lot of live questions, and by doing so, you're using the super chat feature, and you guys are supporting the channel while you do that, and we are always very grateful for you guys for that, not just for sending in great fun things to talk about, but because you support the channel along the way. Here's the trick with super chat, though. The trick with super chat is, and has always been, the fact that YouTube, and I don't blame them for this, YouTube keeps a third of what you send in. So if we make $100 on a super chat, we actually get like $66.60 of that, and all the rest of it stays with YouTube. Now, still, it's a great service provided by YouTube, and they're doing all the processing, and I respect them, and that's great. And it's been of a great benefit and great support to the John Campea YouTube channel for us to be able to use that, and for you guys to be able to use that. However, keeping 1/3 is a bit of a big chunk. Now, I'm the one who's usually giving technical advice to all my friends, including like Christian Harloff, on how to do certain things. But, Christian gave me a great bit of advice because he's been using, Streamlabs and some other things to handle people submitting in live questions and things like that. So I decided to use something along those lines. And what I've done is we've set up a tipping page. And here's how this is going to work. You guys can see down in the description of this video, the very top line of the description of this video, if you look down there right now, is the link to the tipping page. And you can go there and you can leave a question in the tip remarks and then submit an amount that you want to tip and hit submit. And those questions will come to me just like super chats do. There's two significant differences, though, that are a benefit to me and a benefit to the audience, I believe. The first benefit for me and for the John Campea YouTube channel is the fact that they don't keep 1/3. When you actually tip using this link instead of using Super Chat, then I actually get to keep, it's not 100%, but it's a much, 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 much higher percentage. So when you tip $5, a lot more of that $5 that you submit actually stays with the John Campea Show and gets to go into paying for the equipment and the gear and the software and our guests and things like that. And there's a much bigger benefit there to the channel. So that's one benefit. The second benefit is the fact that that tip link is always active. So if it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you think of a topic you want brought up on the John Campea Show the next day, you can actually use that link 24/7 and submit your tip question or this form of super chat, if you will. You can leave that 24/7. You don't have to wait until the next show starts. So even right now, you can click on that link, go leave a whatever tip amount you want and put in your question, and that question comes to me and I'll be able to use that question on the next show. So that's kind of a benefit as well. Now, another little change connected to this actually comes from a suggestion I've gotten from you guys on a number of occasions. Like a lot of times people have sent in a suggestion saying, hey, if somebody sends in like some ridiculously large super chat, maybe you could reward them by giving them their own video. Like if somebody sends in a super chat question for like $60, maybe instead of just answering it on the show, and maybe that's where they want it answered, who knows, but maybe instead of that, you could actually create its own 3 to 5 minute video just answering that question and put that up on your YouTube channel. And I've always thought that was a neat idea, but I didn't really have a good mechanism for doing that. But this new tipping system allows me to do that. So starting Monday, and I don't expect people to use this an awful lot. It's just that it was brought up and I thought, okay, I'll put this in there. But if you want to leave a tip question and you tip $50 or more, then I will answer that tip question in one of the main shows if you like, and you can let me know when you leave the tip question. Otherwise, what I'll do is I'll take that tip question and I'll create a standalone 3 to 5 minute video just answering that one question. Again, I don't expect a lot of people to take advantage of this, but if you want to do that and get your own standalone video on the front page of the John Campea YouTube channel, then I'll do that. Now, as far as super chatting goes, if you're somebody who you're really comfortable just using the super chat feature and you like how easy it is for you to use that, don't worry about it. The super chat feature is not going anywhere, and I am just as heartfelt grateful to you guys who use the super chat feature as for those of you who decide to go ahead and use this new tipping feature. So we will use both in the show. So if you want to use super chat, go ahead and use super chat. If you want to use the tip feature, which again allows us to keep a higher percentage of the money that you actually donate to the channel, then go ahead and do that. The other thing I wanted to bring up here, and this is the last little part, is I've tried doing this a little bit, but we're going to make sure. Now, we don't always have time to answer all the questions that get sent in for the live segment of the show. So what we do is we gather up the unused questions and we do them on companion videos. Now, we're still going to do that, but if you send in either, moving forward, we're going to make sure that we do this all the time now. If you send in a minimum $20 super chat or tip, then we will make sure that before we end that show, we answer your question. So it's just a way to guarantee that your question will get answered that show instead of maybe having to wait until the companion video. Now, we'll still get through all the questions that we can, and we'll still answer just as many as we can in whatever order they come in. But as we're getting close to the end, we will do a quick scan to see, has anybody sent in that any of the questions that have not been answered yet, been like $20 or above, we will make sure that those get answered in that show before we sign off. So that's just a little change too. So to highlight once again, the first main part of the show, the most important part of the show, the main part of the show, not changing at all. You guys still submit your questions by going to www.thejohncampeashow.com/contact. That's absolutely free. You submit your topic or question, and maybe you'll get picked to be one of the main topics of the show. That's not being changed. We're also not getting rid of Super Chat. You can still use Super Chat to submit your questions if you want to use Super Chat. That's there. That's not being changed. Anyway, guys, those are some of the little changes that are coming to the John Campea Show. I wanted to talk about it directly right here. If you have any questions or any suggestions or whatever, feel free to jump into the comment section below. I'm going to read all the comments that you guys leave. And yeah, so there you go. That will do it for me for now. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me, guys, and I will talk to you guys later.